Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is December 19th, 2021. Before I get started, this video is for educational purposes only, and these are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. All right, starting with the Qs. The word I used yesterday in my state of the market video was precarious. I think that, it's in a very precarious position with a topping pattern forming. Has not confirmed yet, so we'll see if it does. You have that this area right here that looks important. You also have this trend line, which is held. So if it comes down into this area, we'll see what happens. But I think that the markets look very vulnerable, very weak right now. And there's not a lot of good bases and setups to be had. I found 14. So if you have to trade something or you want to be involved in something, I think this is where uptrends can still be found. So let's get started. Here we go. First one is NTR. Broke out this little cup and handle, came back, retested, and now it's making the space right here. Maybe it needs to make another handle for a smaller cup and handle and then break out. But again, if it gets above $72 or so, I think that's where you can manage risk against. CF, again, a little bit loose in here. So that's to be noted, and some selling pressure happening, but the markets are rough right now, right? So that's kind of to be expected. Needs to settle down. It's a little bit too extended as is. So if it settles down a little bit, the uptrend is strong in this one also. PI, it's impinge. Had this kind of cup and handle look, broke out, it's coming back to retest it. Hasn't done anything wrong yet. Shook me out on this day. It's an 8% down day, and it was about 10 or 11% intraday. So shook me out here, but great accumulation going on this day. Really one I like a lot. Just the market itself is so rough right now. It makes these volatile swings really, really tough to hold on to. So maybe smaller position size or longer time frame. LWLG, light wave, again, had a VCP look type to it. It broke out. Then it's come back a little bit, but still holding up pretty strong. Remember, Friday was rebalancing and OPEX and everything. So that's why these volume bars are huge. But discount those. Anyway, so holding up really good. And I think managing risk against this $15 area is probably smart. Next up, ARNC. So on the weekly chart, you see that this area right here, I've highlighted in the past. It's been very important. Let's drill down to a daily. And it's trying to make a double bottom look to it. If it could break out of $33 or so, I think it comes back and challenges this area. And then if it could break out, that could go much, much higher. That's ARNC. Next up will be SWCH. Yeah, and so it made this kind of base look. Again, it's been a choppy name, but uptrend the whole way, and now it's trying to break out. So it's giving you another spot to manage risk against, right? So you could use this area highlighted. You could use the 23-day EMA or 21-day EMA, whatever you like. But that's where I'd manage risk against. And yeah, all-time closing at all-time highs, pretty good. CWK. Again, this area right here is important. It has not broken out yet. It still has to break out. Gets above 2075-ish. Then you can manage risk right there. SMAR. Yeah, it's kind of in a rangy area, but price is above all the major moving averages, which is why I added it. And there's some decent accumulation going on in this area. Again, the play would be back to this area and then see what happens. And then the second option would be if it broke out. So those are the two places you can manage risk against. I'd sell into here, then see what happens, and you can potentially buy back some or all of your position if it broke out. OMI, Owens and Minor. Yeah, so this one right here, if it could roll back over and break out of here, I'd only like it above this 47.75-ish area. But it's making kind of an inverse head and shoulders look if it gets back up there. Now, if this rolls back over, you're never, no reason to be involved here anyway. You would have to finish the pattern and break out to confirm and be legitimate. Cube Smart. Beautiful uptrend, has this kind of ladle and handle look to it, and it's trying to break out. REITs have been good, pays a dividend, so that looks really good. Especially if it could break out, anywhere here or higher, looks fantastic. LNT. So Align Energy, this has been the area of interest. It ran up pretty hard, came back, and so now it needs to consolidate. If it breaks out above 62-ish, that's a place to manage risk against. If it doesn't, no reason to be involved. First Industrial Trust, again, another REIT. That's what's going up, so that's what we got to put on here, right? I don't love this because they're slow movers, right? They're not going to move really fast for you. But this area had a little consolidation. It's got 23 moving up, so maybe a little retest of this area, and you could manage risk against this little shelf that was being built right here. But again, REITs are what's going up, so gotta put some of those on there. Two more. ISIG. This looks like it was a SPAC. Had this big, beautiful update right here, 204%, and now price is now at the VWAP from this big update and the 9-day EMA. But as you can see, people are selling into it. So just be aware of that. Don't love the way these candles look, but on a technical level, you have managed risk against, I'd say 1650, right? So if it breaks below 1650, I'd be out of this one. And last one, Eastman Chemical, EMN. So bigger picture here, it's trying to make the right side of a base. All in all looks good, above all moving averages, maybe a little bit extended, but again, making the right side of a base. I think it come back up to this 130-ish area, and then we'll see what happens. All right, so that's what we have for you today. 14 names, slim pickings out there. Not a lot of things setting up, and the market decides to go down, chances are everything is correlated to the market. So if we get big sell-offs into the end of the year, even a great looking setup could fail very easily. So just be careful about that. For me, I'm keeping it very, very light because I just don't like the way things look. Again, things could turn around in a week, 2 weeks. Maybe Santa Claus rally happens. Maybe, they announce some new type of stimulus, or who knows what the news could be, but the markets are not pricing that in as we speak. So again, good luck out there. Hope this all helped. Take care.